If you vote against healthcare, I vote against you.
I hate mainstream media even more today than I did yesterday. Their constant propaganda hailing the virtues of immorality is mind-numbing. Their willingness to exploit the pitiful situations of people they pretend to care about is infuriating. And as usual, the like versus dislike ratio once again lets us know that people don't understand what the hell is going on because fake stream media does such a good job manipulating the minds of the masses with one of their favorite tools, emotionalism. In this video on MSNBC's YouTube channel entitled, "If You Vote Against Healthcare, I Vote Against You," Lawrence O'Donnell tells the heart-wrenching story of Tasha Nelson, a former swing voter and mother of a 7-year-old boy with cystic fibrosis. Here's how he introduces the segment.
Tasha Nelson describes her 7-year-old son Jack as a soccer-playing Cub Scout with a passion for science. He's also a kid with what health insurers call a pre-existing medical condition. He has cystic fibrosis. When he was 3 years old, he was on 18 different medications, taking 38 pills a day.
No matter how you look at it, this is a very sad story. One that represents a whole lot of people out there in the same horrible position.
Now one of the 14 medications that Jack needs to live costs over $13,000 a year.
One of the reasons medications and medical care is so dang expensive is because the government got involved in healthcare. You'd think we would have already realized by now that when the government gets involved in anything, money is wasted, quality goes down, prices go up, a class of entitled people is created, and widespread theft and violence of individuals takes place as the government threatens people if they refuse to participate in their program. $13,000 a year for medication to keep you alive is insane. And the reason it's like that is because the government got involved in the free market again in order to fleece the people and gain more power over them. But O'Donnell wants to make this a Republican versus Democrat thing. It's your typical left versus right paradigm lie.
Jack's mom, Tasha Nelson, describes herself as a swing voter who leaned Republican. That was until the Republicans voted to repeal the Affordable Care Act. Tasha and her son Jack's lives changed when President Barack Obama signed the Affordable Care Act. She says, "It wasn't until the full protection of the ACA took effect in January of 2014 that I felt safe. For the first time since Jack was born, insurance companies couldn't discriminate against him by withholding coverage. What my son truly needs are politicians who will commit to protecting access to health care for him."
This idea of getting politicians who are part of the largest organized crime ring in the world known as the US government to do good things as they ravage the world with their gross immorality is utterly insane. Basically, people beg politicians to make laws which will threaten violence on anybody who doesn't do what they want them to do. It'd be just like you hiring a thug to make your neighbor mow your grass and clean your car and then forcing him to accept only the amount of money you want to pay him, whether he thought it was a fair trade or not. If he doesn't mow your yard or wash your car for your price, well, then he's fined. If he refuses to pay the fine, his property is forcefully taken and he's thrown into a cage. When you want politicians to make laws that benefit you, you're asking them to do that which is immoral so that you can get what you want. And no matter the reason, even if it's to save the life of someone else, what's happening is evil.
And for everyone. Republicans now realize that ripping health insurance and health care away from kids like Jack is cruel and inhuman and, oh, by the way, a political loser. And so they are lying.
Did you see how he painted that? It's a false dichotomy. If you rip health care away from people who need it, you are inhumane and cruel. On the other side of it, if you keep the so-called Affordable Care Act in place, you're inhumane and cruel because you're forcing people to enter into relationships with others by force. In this case, the relationship is providing healthcare services to others. Getting government involved eliminates the opportunity for people to freely give their resources to help those in need. Because government steals the resources that could have been used to help people and wastes those resources in its oversized bureaucratic money pit of a system, which in turn racks up transgenerational debt slavery for untold future generations.
And so they are lying about what they have tried to do and what they want to do. And the worst pathological liar in the history of American politics tweeted this today: "Republicans will protect people with pre-existing conditions far better than the Dems."
Trump's wrong and MSNBC is wrong on this. Government should not be involved in healthcare. Government shouldn't be forcefully involved in the lives of anyone. Government is force. It's not reason, it's not eloquence. When government steps into the fray, you can bet there's going to be threats, there will be violence, and there will be theft. When people say they want government involved in healthcare or anything, what they're saying is that they want threats, violence, and theft to be applied to a certain situation so that they can get what they want. You want the government to provide you with roads? Then you want the threats, violence, and theft it's going to take to get those roads. You want schools? Threats, violence, and theft. Same for healthcare or anything else.
People with pre-existing conditions and moms with 7-year-old soccer playing Cub Scouts with pre-existing conditions know better. They know the Republicans have tried to hurt them and believe they will try to hurt them again. And so in this election, they are literally fighting for their lives. And Tasha Nelson is fighting for the life of her son, Jack.
So what's the answer here? We want you to hurt others. We want you to threaten others. We want you to steal from others so that we may live. The state is truly that great fiction by which everyone seeks to live at the expense of everyone else. I'll leave the link for the rest of this interview if you want to watch the rest of this interview between O'Donnell and Tasha Nelson. To sum this all up, Tasha is only going to vote for those political psychopaths who will threaten and force violence and theft on other people so she can get care for her son. But she and O'Donnell and a great number of people who clamor for government-run health care want the same thing. Basically, what they're saying is, if you don't force someone to cough up the money to take care of me and my family, you are a bad person. And it's all woven into this disgusting left versus right, Republican versus Democrat thing, when the whole situation is a cesspool of immorality. Sick people would receive much better care if the government got the hell out of the way and let the free market do its thing. Maybe government could start by ending the drug war so people would have easy access to cannabis. Can you imagine the health and economic explosion we would all experience if everyone could grow cannabis in their backyards? But they don't want that, because in fact, the government doesn't want you to be well. Mainstream media doesn't want you well. And the pharmaceutical lobby doesn't want you well. Sick people make governments and pharmaceutical companies a lot of money. So what incentive do they have to help create healthy people? Guys, I put out new videos every day. If you like this content, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Guys, I don't know how much longer my channel will be around here on YouTube. Please take a minute and sign up to my email list. It's free, painless, and you'll get some cool stuff. Also, take another minute to subscribe to my decentralized, censorship-free BitChute and Steemit channels. All these links are in the description. I want you to know this. If my channel goes down, I'll still produce content for you guys through my website and through BitChute and Steemit. So make sure you stay connected through the email subscription link in the description below. Just watch the 45-second video on my website and you'll be all set. If you want to support my work on this channel, grab a shirt, snag a flashlight, or hit me up on Patreon and PayPal. I'll see you guys in the next video. Before you go, check out one of the most in-your-face, hard-hitting, conversation-starting shirt stores on the planet. Just by wearing one of these t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, or cutoffs, and without saying a word, you can let people know that black rifles matter. You can inform the sleeping masses that fluoride is dumbing them down, that Google is a gulag-style censorship machine, that the Department of Homeland Security is merely security theater, that the NSA makes your private life their business, that the Grim Reaper supports everyone's troops, that we need to legalize freedom, that in life there are no excuses, that CNN is a communist news network, voting is the suggestion box of slaves, that 9/11 was a lie, and that all official stories should be questioned. Also, let people know we're in the middle of a full-blown sheep-volution, taxation is theft, the IRS is an immoral robbery service, cops enjoy protecting and serving the crap out of you, that the space you occupy is not a gun-free zone, and that gun-free zones are the most dangerous places on earth. Your purchase helps support more hard-hitting content on my censored channel. As of the recording of this video, I have over 90 designs, I take your requests for new designs, and I'm adding new ones every week, so check back often. The link to the store is in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.